Hey guys, Mysterious Man Toby coming at you with a guide on Hokage Naruto. I will be doing a guide on the other characters as well, so you'll want to subscribe and stay tuned for that. Without further ado, let's get into the overview. Hokage Naruto is a character that doesn't necessarily excel at aggression nor defense, but essentially is just right in both areas. He has a lot of cool tricks and pressure to keep the opponents on their toes, and just a lot of options in general. Let's start with his combos. Out of Naruto's three combos on hit, we are mainly looking at the down combo. His down combo on hit is hands down the best as it leads to a lot of good things. The 12th hit pops the enemy into the air, allowing for you to be able to cancel it into an ultimate, a Rasengan, or even a combo for an infinite. However, it's important to note that Naruto's infinite is the hardest form of infinite to hit in the game, as it requires you to time your first hit as they hit the ground to pick them back up and continue. If you find yourself struggling to utilize the down combo to its fullest capabilities, you can also cancel into a guard break pill that automatically grounds the opponent, leaving them open for a Rasengan, ultimate, or standard combo. This does come at a price of higher damage scaling, meaning that your attacks won't be as strong for the duration of the guard break. The neutral combo on hit is good for causing strikebacks, outside of just looking good, and that's honestly just it. The up combo is solid for the fact that it pops the opponent in the air for a chance to dash, cancel, and combo. This is simply a costly preference as the down combo cancel can be used in the same fashion with no chakra. There's also an interesting setup here with the up combo. You can cancel into a guard break item here, and if your opponent isn't familiar with this setup, he'll get hit. You cannot dash out of the way of this setup or jump, you simply have to throw projectiles, hit, or guard. If the opponent throws projectiles, it will beat this setup out all the time, but you can air combo them if you feel they will do it. They can hit you, but your item still has a chance of hitting, or you can simply bait that out as well. If they guard, you can opt to pressure their guard and force them to counter in this scenario. As you can see, this setup sets up a lot of mind games Naruto can play with his opponent. Now that we know what combos on hit to look for, let's look at what's most optimal on guard. On guard, the neutral and down both do not complete past this string right here. The only combo that goes past this point is Naruto's up combo. This would be bad if it wasn't for the fact that this combo deals a good amount of block damage on guard, and even puts the opponent's guard into red if you add a dash cancel to it. Naruto's air combo is pretty standard. If your opponent subs and dashes at the right time, it will hit the opponent from behind and allow you to, cancel and get a combo off of it. That's something that can be pretty effective when you're having an air battle and whatnot. There's also another setup that I completely found, which is that if you time his air combo right, he can actually finish out the animation without hitting the opponent and then cancel his air combo into a ground combo. So basically, he can go from an air combo into a ground combo. It's really hard to time. You're going to have to practice a lot to get this, but this is another setup that he does have. Naruto's tilt is good overall if you're not reckless with it. It has good range that can be used to hit supports away, and even causes a strike back on hit. You want the space to tilt at max distance around here. This perfect spacing will make it harder for your opponent to punish you should they block it. It's also worth noting that if you space Naruto's tilt perfectly, it will stun the opponent for a little instead of knocking them back. His projectiles are nothing unique at all, they're honestly just standard. His grab sets up for a bomb or a sack throw, which is helpful for closing out the game or maximizing damage. An interesting thing to note is that his grab sets up for a perfect sack setup. The sack setup is the act of throwing a sack close to an opponent, or in this case simply throwing it where the sacks are still active. This allows the player to take any risk he wants, since if you are punished, the sacks will release in time to save you from any severe punishment, and allows you to conserve your subs for a more difficult time. Naruto's Rasengan covers a lot of ground. It can catch you from full screen on the biggest map in the game, so watch out. It's not that it's pretty fast, but that if you were to dash and he's on the left side, by the time you get there, he might be on the right side. As you can see, he can move from left to right while he's doing the Rasengan, and it is pretty fast. In addition to that, it carries the Rasengan dash, meaning should you try to jump over or sub through and dash Naruto after he does his Rasengan. Due to these two facts, Naruto can pretty much throw it out in any situation, like get out of jail free card. It's an option in more situations than not, especially since it has dash immunity. Naruto can also gel off of canceling his Rasengan into a hit. This hit is guaranteed if done properly, as there is so much block stun you cannot move out of it. You may also bait your opponent's counter attempt for an ultimate, as it will do full unscaled damage. This creates mind games that are always in your favor, so it's worth noting that this is something that you should use or attempt to learn in a match in general. Looking at Naruto's charge jutsu, Sage Art Super Tail Beast Rasen Shuriken. It's fast but has poor tracking, however it's possible to hit it off with a guard break pill if done early enough. Charge version 1 is a little slower but makes up for it in good tracking. This gives Naruto some interesting knockdown setups similar to Sasuke when Chidori is used. Charge version 2 is faster than a non-charge version and unblockable. It has little to no tracking like the non-charge version and carries the unfortunate drawback of being a chargeable jutsu. It's interesting to note that Sage Art Super Tail Beast Rasen Shuriken can be hit off of a strike back if done early enough and off of a, making it pretty applicable in online matches. The charge version 1 allows for interesting knockdown setups, giving you a way to use it as well, as we covered earlier. And charge version 2 is likely only going to hit through the confusion of support and stuff. So it's highly likely that this is the worst version simply because it's the hardest to not only hit, but apply when using Naruto in general. Naruto's ultimate has no special qualities such as invincibility frames. The only benefit is that it has a huge hitbox and good range. In short, try not to spam this ultimate as it will get you punished more often than not. Now we're going to go over Naruto's Awakening. Naruto's Awakening is one of the best in the game due to it being so large and the immense combo potential it has. The main game of this Awakening is to take advantage of your size and overwhelm the opponent if they are playing defensive. He has multiple ways to pierce their defense, and once he has an opening, he has many ways to continue his onslaught. Because of this, I give him a combat factor of 10 out of 10 in Awakening. It's definitely an Awakening you need to watch out for in lane. His combo on guard does enough damage to put the opponent's guard on yellow, and with a dash cancel puts it in red. On his first hit, it can be jump canceled for an infinite. On hit 5, the hit after the twirl, he can hollow step forward to hit the opponent for another infinite. Whether you infinite with the first hit or the 5th hit, it is all based on your situation and, for the most part, preference. Normally he cannot cancel his 4th string to take advantage of the pop-up, but he can thanks to counter. If you counter here, you can also infinite off it as well. So there's another option. His grab is a guard crush, meaning it breaks guards, and it can be completed to get the opponent off of you by knocking them back, or dash cancel for a combo into your infinites or just damage in general. His projectiles are decent as they spread apart, allowing you to hit opponents easier when they are trying to mash you out while you're in Awakening. His tilt doesn't have good tracking or range, but puts the opponent's guard on yellow instantly and sends the opponent flying if it hits. His jutsu is decent. It doesn't have good tracking, its hitbox isn't that big, and the chip damage it does is decent. On hit, the damage is fantastic though. His jutsu can be comboed into a second hit, which is something worth noting. And if spaced properly, it also hits on the ground. Woo guys, this guy took a long time to make simply because as I began to figure out things with this Naruto in training mode, I just kept figuring out more and more about him. He has so many interesting things built into him as a character. I did include all those things in the guide. In short, this Naruto is very good at pressuring. He has a lot of combo conversions. His Awakening is good. Rasengan is good. I've shown you all these things in the guide. He has a lot of good stuff going for him. I think this is without a doubt the best DLC character competitive-wise because he has everything the new Sasuke has and then some. I will be doing a guide over the other Road to Boruto characters as well, so stay on the lookout for that. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment with feedback. I do read the comments, and just a helpful message if that's what you want to do. And subscribe to stay tuned for those other guides and just overall general content like ranked matches, with an analytical approach to them to help you get better, other tip videos, and just other Naruto videos as well as any other kind of anime game if I so choose to post it, like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And this is the most important point. I need you guys to share this video because due to my following isn't as big. And so this guy, I fear, will not get out as well as I'd like it to get out. And this guide would really help a lot of people learn this character. It would keep people from just mashing with them and spamming Rasengans and rank and actually learning how to use them. And then for people who actually want to get good with the character, it would do that as well. As I feel like there's no other guide like this in existence on YouTube. And watch out for the guides that come out after this, because I feel like they're going to copy a lot of these concepts. But you heard it here from me. I figured out the air combo to ground combo conversion first. I figured out the infinites with the awakening first. I figured out all these things in a video. I sat down and I figured out. These are things that I've been using in rank, and I've been absolutely destroying people with this character, not because of the nature of the character, but because of the fact that I just know all these setups that people aren't ready for. They don't know how to deal with it. And that's crazy. I feel like this guide will teach you how to play Hokage Naruto. In short, leave a like I said, comment. I read the feedback. It's all greatly appreciated. Subscribe to stay tuned for the other content that's coming. And again, share the video to help out others. Thank you guys for watching. Mysterious Man Toby signing off.